And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this evening. We have two magnificent guests with us today who are going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration. Assalamu alaikum to Brother Marcus and Sis Cecelia.
Wa
Muhammad.
alaikum salam, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to always come on the People's Podcast and show love. As you all know, there's nothing but love on this end as well.
Yes, sir. It's our honor.
That's
All
right.
So a lot. Well, we'll start with straight with you, Brother Minister. What? First of all, where is everybody keeps talking all over online, everywhere I get on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. 14th annual marriage retreat, 14th marriage keepers. What's going on? So where is it this year, Brother Minister? Where is it this year?
This year it is in Houston, Texas, brother. A place where all the big people go. The big people go to Muhammad's Mosque number 45.
45, yes, sir. Okay. And what made you choose Houston?
We love Houston. We were treated so fabulously when we went there the last time.
And we also try to go look at what regions we have had the marriage retreat previously. And then that lets us to say, okay, these are our options here. What do you think of this city or that city? And then by Allah's grace, we come to a conclusion. Yes, that would be a great city.
Yes, so. That's right. That's right.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Shout out to Houston and the marriage retreat. Well, how can we sign up?
Well, you can sign up at our website. That's www.themarriagekeepers.com, www.themarriagekeepers.com. And we have so many things going on that's so exciting for us to be involved with. And we look forward to your audience's participation in what we have going on. Say, will you tell them about what we're doing this year at the marriage retreat?
Well, first, we want to let the audience know that you can go on. We have an online portion for those who cannot come face to face and actually be there face to face in Houston, Texas.
That's right.
Since COVID had occurred, we have now had a component online as well as in person. So people can go on to our website, www.themarriagekeepers.com. And you can register that way. Online is just $100 for all 4 days.
Yes.
And for those who are not in the nation, it's open to all husband and wife, male, female relationship couples. It does not matter if what our religious belief is, the undergirding principles are universal. So it's open to all husband and wife. Is open to the community to come, to participate, to enjoy yourselves, because we know it's nothing like being in an environment that is positive, that's energizing, that's uplifting, that's making us think, that's making us realize to look at ourselves. And that's really what it's all about, to really look at ourselves. Where am I as a husband? Where am I as a wife? Where am I as an individual outside of my other responsibilities? Where am I? So I love the marriage retreat every year because you're going to go away with something. And I always refer to a couple of years ago, it's like our 5th annual marriage retreat, and we were in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee at that time. And we had a brother and his wife who were there. They were parents of 2 wonderful believers. And the dad said, well, you know, me and my wife been married for 35 years. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's exactly. Now, at that time, we started on Friday. So he was telling us this Friday morning. And I was like, okay, yes, sir. Well, we just pray that you enjoy yourself. It dismissed on that Monday morning. We were all met up in the little community area and we were dismissing to go back home. And he made it his business to come back in front of us and said, I have to admit, you taught an old dog some new tricks. So again, we can never be so think we know everything, because we don't. We don't know everything. The way we do things doesn't mean it's the right way. It's all, this is God's universe. It's always something we can learn. We can learn something from a baby. So we need to open our, because we hear that all the time. Oh, I've been married 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. There's nothing I'd learned. You'd be surprised. How about you come share? That's the
Yes.
object. Come share.
Yes.
Come talk. Come let us know what's your secret ingredient to your success. Because again, it's about helping everyone reach 10 years, 20 years, 30 years and up. That's what it's about. And most people say, well, is this the type of place where it's negative? Absolutely not. Do you think people would spend money time after time, year after year, flying, driving, renting cars to come and have some foolishness? Absolutely not, because it is such a powerful experience where it's interactive. You're sitting there again processing. Our favorite thing is the marriage diagnostic. Every year you get to grade your marriage from the previous year. And we've had, I never forget, we had one brother said, he said, every year we've been coming back since y'all started because him and his wife has been with us for almost as many times as we've had it. And he said, I love it now because when I come back, my grade get better and better. See, that's what it's about. Becoming, improving, advancing, because if we're still in the same thing going on, same issues going on, there's no growth there. And that's what it's all about, giving us tools to be successful.
That's right.
Excellent. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. And thank you all for showing love. Alaikum salam, Sister Miriam. And thank you all to our YouTube family as well. Can't wait to upload it on YouTube. For you, Brother Minister, I wanted to ask you, your wife spoke about it's non-denominational. So
Yes.
for the Christians, the Catholic, the Hebrew, the Jewish family members, the people who are atheists, agnostic, whatever, who are watching,
Yes.
they just want to get married. They're married and want to, learn some things. What would you say in a universal way to them, the value of coming to the Marriage Keepers?
Yeah, they should come because we are not going to change your religion. We are interested in transforming and converting ignorance into intelligence. That's what we're interested in doing. We're not trying to change anybody's religion by us doing it at the mosque there in Houston. We are only interested in transforming that ignorance into intelligence. And that's what it's all about for us. And I love that people come and they're not sure what they're going to get, but in the first day, they feel so comfortable with us. The second day, the third day, they're like, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for all my life. I've been looking for a marriage retreat effort like this. And so now that they found it, they don't want to let us go. And we thank Allah for that.
Oh, praise to so Alaikum salam, Sister Naima. Thank you for watching and showing love. I wanted to come to you, Sister Cecelia. I am posting a clip sometime next week of a radio host who was speaking about Jackson, Mississippi. He said 80% of Jackson, Mississippi right now are single mothers. Only 50% of people in the state are married. Only 50% just period in the state of Mississippi. Like, he was giving all these statistics, and he was saying this is he was panicking. He was like, how can we get married? How can this before I even knew that I was going to ask you this question. I just saw the clip. I was like, I gotta post that so we can promote more marriage. When you hear these, statistics like this of 80%, this and that, single fathers, what can the Marriage Keepers do to help strengthen marriage and then promote it to make single people want to get married, Sister Cecelia?
Wow.
For me and for us as a community, we have to promote more marriage and family. We have to promote it because what people see, what people are experiencing, if you see a lot of toxicity, you see a lot of drama. I mean, you watch TV, you think about it. How many positive pictures have you seen about husband and wives? And when they're positive, they don't last too long. But if it's foolishness, it's season after season after season. But when it's positive things, what happens to it? It disappears. I loved Blackish. Blackish, why? It was showing a successful husband and wife with children, raising them, dealing with pertinent issues that everyday, see, positive things they don't want to put in front of us because they know that's our power. You have a strong family, a strong husband, strong children, you're going to produce a strong nation. But if I don't want that, a sister said, matter of fact, it was our sister Melissa who will be, inshallah, there this marriage retreat. She deals with financing and budgeting. She said this to us last year. She said, what is more, if you're a person about money, what's more profitable? A strong husband and wife who have one refrigerator, two cars, one this, one that, or divorce. Now you have people who are divorced. Now you have two refrigerators, two this, two that. But if you are a family unit, you're one. But if we are divorcing, we are separating, we're doing what we've grown enough to do, then economically, you're making someone rich because now the two have the one has become two. And when she made that point, I was like, wow. I never even thought about the financial things that occur when we divorce, when we separate, when family is dysfunctional. Look at this. If something is dysfunctional, what happened? People may drink more, they smoke more, they do all kind of vices because of pain, because of hurt. But if you're happy and you're growing and you're striving to be people of God, you're not smoking, you're not drinking, you're not going to the strip club, you're not doing all of these things that they're promoting. If you're trying to be a positive force in society, a lot of these foolishness that's going on, people would lose money. Absolutely lose money.
That's right.
All praises to Allah. Excellent, excellent. Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for showing love to the Marriage Keepers. Brother Minister, once again, 14th annual, Houston, Texas, but how can we sign up, sir?
We can sign up by simply going to www.themarriagekeepers.com. Go to the marriage retreat section, and that's where you can sign up for your family to come to the Marriage Keepers. Now, we're asking you, if you got a little baby, little children, we're asking you to catch it online because we don't want any interruptions for our speakers and our presenters that day to come to us. So please sign up online. It's only $100 to sign up for all 4 days. You can catch Minister Ishmael. You will catch all the things that we do at the marriage retreat, including if you're a brother, husband, you can catch the husbands only session. If you're a female, you can also catch the wives only session as well. We want you to join and see what we're doing. Again, that website is www.themarriagekeepers.com. We certainly look forward to having your participation in our workshops.
All praise due to Allah. And we're coming right back to you, Sister Cecelia, but I wanted to ask you again, my minister, as far as the men being separate and the husbands and the wives going separate and coming back, why is that so important for it to be a space, as they say, safe space for men to talk about men's stuff and women to talk about women's stuff? Why is that important in the Marriage Keepers?
Well, you don't teach a man like you teach a woman. And men have issues in their marriages that their wives don't need to be privy to. We want to talk amongst ourselves as men and try to find a solution to men's problems that they're having in their marriages. And we have many wise people who are going to be joining us this year, and we want them to also know that we are certainly trying to target the problems of men, target the problems of women. We have your father. Your father's going to be a participant in this year's marriage retreat. And I'm not sure what day he's going to be on. He's going to either be on Thursday or Saturday. He's going to conduct a session. He's going to conduct a session on the black box. And a lot of times that is the issue that we all have in marriage. So he's going to be speaking to us, and we look forward to hearing what he has to say.
All praise to Allah. Everybody, let's make sure we support the Marriage Keepers 14th annual marriage retreat, Houston, Texas. Sister Cecilia, I wanted to ask you, ma'am, one of my favorite television shows is, I know you're speaking about marriage, but it's called Game of Thrones. And it deals
Yes.
with the how important this house is and this house and the merging, not just financial, but power, just everything. It's a marriage is a big part of Game of Thrones. It's like a main
Yes, it
thing.
is.
Which child gets married to which child, which family gets married to which family. For us, um, how can you, Cecilia, how would you explain it to people who are watching the importance of marrying, the families, the right families together, and then keeping those families together for the benefit of the community?
Well, that is definitely a part of, especially as parents. Uh, you want to make sure your children are attracted to the right people. And for a lot of people, they do that. They look at another family and say, look, it would be good for our children to marry. You know, a lot of people still believe in that because, again, you're looking for the longevity of your legacy. And like I said, the science of mating is something we were not taught. Like our children, our sons we have 4 boys and 2 girls. Oldest is 31, the youngest is 20. And I tell my sons all the time, I said, with choosing a wife, first of all, you have to have a goal and a vision for yourself as the man. Why? You are the head of the household. So therefore, you cannot just be willy-nilly. Oh, she got a Beyonce body. Oh, she got a this body. No, no, no. It is not her body that's going to raise your children. It is her mind. It is her spirit. It is her intelligence that's going to rear your children. So we have to focus on the right things. First of all, all my children are, my sons especially, they're 6 feet. They were big babies. Our smallest child was what, 8'11", 8 pounds, 11 ounces out of 6. That was our smallest. The two biggest were 10'7". So I'm like, if you already know that you're a big man, you got to look at your wife's body, the future wife. What's her body size? Because if we're giving birth to children and we can go to death's door, your big head could hurt somebody.
Yeah.
So again, it's important for us to help us to realize the value that each one has. And a lot of time parents will have that mindset to help their children to say, oh, baby. And most of us have had it. If you are in a courtship, that's one of the main things you want to do is bring that person around your mother, around your father, and vice versa, because you want to have your parents tell you, because who knows you better than your parents outside of God himself?
Yes.
And we have said to our children, oh, baby, I wouldn't if I were you, we know you, we know how you are somewhat. So, and people are grown, they're going to make their own decisions. Yes. But yes, that is a way that parents can definitely help to gear your children, give them some advice that will help them to open up their mind on things they're not thinking about. Like, for example, if you have a sickle cell trait, you have to be careful that you don't marry someone with the trait, because then your child could be born with sickle cell disease. See, things like that, we have to think about. Who's thinking about things like that? We're not, as young people, we ain't thinking, I just love her, I just love him. But when we bring our parents into it, then that makes a big difference, because they're going to look at everything for us and say, babe, I think that's a good choice. And parents, be purposeful. You want your son or daughter to marry somebody. Oh, we having a family dinner.
That's right. And you should always be looking for your children on who would be a good match for them. You have to look at your children and you have to know their strengths, know their weaknesses, and you have to set up different conferences, in different dinners that you can do, and invite a young lady that you interested for your son to meet over, so that she can have a chance to work with your son. She can perhaps cook something for your son specifically, and you can introduce them and talk about future, the future of your life. What are you going to do? You two together. Oh, that would be so beautiful if y'all two would work out so y'all two can consider marriage with each other. Oh my God. You have to be strategic as you work with these young people because young people today, woo, they're a little bit challenging. They are challenging young people. And so I think that that's something also the Game of Thrones introduced us to. They introduced us to thinking about working with that child and hooking that child up with this child. It's a very important match that we have to do for each child. We don't want no children. In my family, I have unmarried people. I have several unmarried people. Ooh, that's difficult. Unmarried aunts, unmarried uncles. Oh my God. No, we don't want nobody to be. I'm the only one married in my family, Brother Josh, the only one. And we were the marriage that everybody was thinking wasn't going to make it. But look at God. Look at what God does. 32 years later, we are still here, still working on marriage. And I want you to think about, don't write yourself off. Don't write yourself off. There's somebody out there for you. And God knows she's coming in your life this year, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She's coming.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All
Okay.
right.
Now, Ramirez, I want to stay right there with you. Seeing how you want to set it up for your family, for your children.
Yes.
What was it like when you were you nervous about meeting Sister Cecilia's family and seeing how they would accept you when you were younger?
Oh no, I wasn't nervous at all. I saw her mother. I worked with her mother 15 years. Well, not 15 years. It was really 5 years. I want to lie about that. It was about 5 years that I had been working with her to deal with Cecelia and to get her to hopefully look at me as somebody who could be the marrying kind, the marrying type. And she did not want me to get married to her daughter that early in life because we were 19 when we accepted marriage. We were 19 years old, and everybody was thinking that, oh my God, that's too young to get married. But I knew I wanted a wife. I wanted to be married. I wanted to be a married man. And I saw my father do it. He got married at 19 years old, and I wanted to do that as well. And so I did do that. I did get married to her. And it turned out to be the best decision that I have ever done in my life to get married to her. Oh my God. She's blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That one right there. This one right there. All praise is due to Allah.
Yes, sir. Beautiful. Okay, listen, we coming to you to see, but I want to stay right there. So, what was it? You said your parents got married young as well, for a minister. So, what did that play a big part of it? Was it TV, media? What made you at 19 say, "I want to be married"?
Islam did it for me. We had a minister back in the day. His name was Minister Van Muhammad.
Okay.
And Minister Van Muhammad taught on marriage so hard. Every Wednesday, he was teaching about marriage. And one day I came to the mosque, it was around Thanksgiving, and I was talking to a brother about what I was going to eat for Thanksgiving, and I said I was going to eat some turkey franks. And he was telling me about the meal that his wife had prepared for him. Oh my God. And the sister could cook too. Oh, it was such a beautiful scene that he laid out for me. And he said, that's what I'm going to have with my wife. And he left it like that. I said, nope, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not going to be single no more. I want to be married. I wanted to take up that cross and I wanted to follow Jesus in marriage. Jesus wants us married. And that's what we got to do if we're going to follow him. We got to follow him all the way. And our minister is married. Minister Farrakhan is married. He has 70 what was
years.
70 years of marriage. Oh my God, I want to be like that one day. I want to be able to follow him all the way. And that's what marriage does for you. Marriage brings out your confidence in yourself, and it makes you believe in yourself as a young brother that you could do this, you could have what other people have. It's not just for people who are stars in our nation. It's for the little man like yourself. You can have marriage too. And that's what it does for you. It does that for you. It does that for me. It did that for me. And I'm so happy that it did that, brother.
Oh,
All praise is due to Allah.
excellent. Everybody who's watching, thank you all for showing love. The Marriage Keepers. What's the date one more time, Sis Cecelia?
It is August the 29th through September 1st. August the 29th through September 1st. It starts 9 a.m. on Thursday morning.
In Houston, Texas.
In Houston, Texas, for those who are able to come face to face. And again, those who want to come online, it's not too late. Just go to the website and register, and you can be a participant as well.
All praise due to Allah. Yes, ma'am. Now, for you, Sister Cecilia, I wanted to ask you, now being a grandmother, how has that changed your view or enhanced your view on marriage? Seeing it, seeing that happen in your children's life, and how did that impact you?
Oh man, it's you just think a lot to see as a mother that your children now are grown and they're raising their own families. It's one thing when your children get married and then they start producing children. And I was talking to Sister Captain Saber. She was saying how I was like, yeah, she's like, okay, when no grandchildren get here, let me hear what you got to say then. And like I said, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see your children's children, and just it's a blessing. And that's what people don't understand. It's not money, it's not cars, it's not none of that. It's to see your children's children's children be coming to this world and be a part of this world and discover themselves. I mean, already they're just this week, the oldest grandson, he'll be 7 months. My daughter's daughter will be 6 months, and they already something else. It's like I was like, you too little to try to be slick. You too little. Too little. But they are wonderful, and it's a blessing because again, from what you as a parent sacrifice and give to your children, it's a blessing to see your children's children. So I'm just thankful to Allah to be here, to see them, to experience them. It's just a privilege and an honor for me, and to know that they're going to be taught to be a Muslim.
That's right. That's the most important thing that we could ever do for our children, is to teach them Islam, teach them the right way. And I mean, we're not playing with that thing. We are not playing with Islam. We want the minister to know that they are your babies. These are your children. These are your children. One day we hope to turn them over to you, minister, and hopefully they will be of the mindset to help Minister Farrakhan and to help in our nation, because our nation needs help, and we want to help our nation very strongly.
Oh, praise so wow, beautiful, beautiful. But Minister, I wanted to ask you, when the importance of the people who may watch virtually, are you saying that there's a word, a message, something that they may hear, that they will hear, that will help keep their family in the marriage unit strong?
Yes, they will. I guarantee it. This is, I've been waiting all year long. These things don't come around but every year. So I've been waiting a whole year to give them what's in me to give them. So Cecilia's been waiting a whole year for this to come around, because we want to give you something that we didn't have before I started. I was in school, brother, and I've learned something about trauma. Oh, the tremendous effects of trauma on each and every one of us. And we still got some trauma in us. And we got to get that out of us and resolved so that we can meet that future woman, that future wife, that future husband. We got to get the trauma out of us so that we can meet that person that's for us. And I don't know if we're going to meet them if we're not, if we are still so full of trauma. You know, I was looking for a little girl in fourth grade. I liked to did this girl. I liked to did her. I liked to did her. Her name was Carol, and she didn't want me. So I went to Julie because Julie was in the class too, and I decided I wrote her a letter. I said I like you and I want you. If you like me, checkbox yes. If you like me, checkbox no. And if you don't like me, checkbox maybe, or whatever it was. And Julie wrote me back the letter. She said, I think I might like you. But I had so much trauma from my past, even in fourth grade. I had so much trauma. Immediately, I wanted to know from her, how much you like me? How much you like me? And she said, I like you a little bit, brother Marcus, or Marcus, whatever my name was back in that day. And she said, I like you a little bit. And that wasn't good enough for me because I was filled with trauma. I wanted somebody to say, I love you. I love you. That's why I wanted somebody to say that. But she couldn't say that. And I didn't want her to. If she couldn't say, I love you, then we had to part ways. And so we couldn't go together. But for we went together about 2 weeks. And that was it. There was no more. It was because she couldn't tell me she loved me.
In fourth grade?
In fourth grade, I was looking for love. I was looking for love because I hadn't heard it. I didn't know what love was. I had heard about it. I'd heard it was this beautiful thing, but I didn't know what it was. I couldn't get it from nobody. And I couldn't get it from my mother, my father, nobody in my family was giving me love. At least I didn't know what love was. And that's what it was, my brother. So we're filled with trauma. We are filled with trauma. You must do something about your trauma. Oh my God, it's been so intense and it's been stacking. Trauma stacks up inside of you if you don't do nothing to relieve trauma from your life. It stacks up in your mind and it will become a part of who you are. And I don't want that to be your case, brothers and sisters. I don't want y'all to be 40 years in the Nation of Islam and you ain't got a wife, you ain't have a husband, you ain't got nobody. And there will be many like that. I've met many. We were in New York City, brother, and we met brothers who were in their 40s, never married, no children. Ooh, that's difficult. That's very difficult. So we gotta do this marriage retreat, but this can't be the only marriage retreat we do. We got to do this all year long in different cities. We got to do this because my effort is to help Minister Farrakhan to stop divorce in the Nation of Islam. I know that that's a task that I have to be strong. My wife has to be strong to stop divorce. We want to assist it whatever way we can. And I just want you to know, brother, that shows like yours help us tremendously to do just that. And I'm happy that you were here and that we are on your program this morning. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. The honor is mine. And thank you, everyone who's showing love to Brother Marcus and Sister Cecelia with the Marriage Keepers. Sister Cecelia, my question for you is I want to stay right with your husband, Brother Minister Marcus, about trauma. What advice would you give to people who are dealing with trauma to help, keep the nuclear family unit intact?
Go ahead and say it.
It's an absolute necessity. That's why the minister gave us in the nation the tool of auditing.
That's right.
Because he realized that the dross is heavy on us from the traumas that we have faced. He said to us, just going through slavery.
Mm-hmm.
And we're far removed, so-called, from it, but we still have the residue of it. Separating the men, the husbands from the women. Well, how do we still see that today? You go down to child welfare and try to get some help. And you say there's a man helping you. Some women have to tell a lie just to get benefits. You have to lie to say, oh, there's no man there. I'm there by myself. Why? If you have a husband and he's striving to assist the family, assist the whole family. Why we got to separate the man from the children? Trauma is each individual that when we come together, we have our own baggage. Whether it's not being loved, abuse emotionally, physically, sexually. We have all type of things we have gone through in the hells of North America. And I tell people all the time, everybody walking around you is crazy. Because this world is against the nature of us as a divine people. It's against our very nature. So if you live in a society that's against your nature, that's trauma.
Right.
That's trauma. You listening to, we were just talking about after my husband spoke today in Cobb County, and we were driving back home talking. I said, when you live in a world like the minister told us, that right is wrong and wrong is right, they have turned this upside down and have confused the very nature of how God has set things up. Right. Trauma. This is you sitting here wanting my brain to sit here, listen to something that goes against the very nature of creation.
Right.
And you want me to accept this? You make laws to force people to accept it? So when we're living in a world like this, it's nothing but trauma, 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 until they said a phenomenon had to occur. This is in the Willie Lynch letter, man. It is in the Willie Lynch letter that a phenomenon had to occur to return us back to our original self. What was the phenomena? The coming of Master Farad Muhammad, the coming and his student, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the Messiah, Mr. Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That is the phenomena to return us back to the mother loving the father loving the wife and the children, returning us back. Because when we are returned back, we have Islam, we have peace.
Right.
Beautiful. All praise to Allah. Teaching, powerful, powerful. Once again, Sister Cecelia, can you let us know the dates and the website, please, one more time, ma'am?
August the 29th through September 1st. August the 29th, not this Thursday, next Thursday, this year of 2024. And you go to www.themarriagekeepers.com. That's www.themarriagekeepers.com, where you can go up to the 3 bars at the top, click on it, and go right to marriage retreat.
All praise to Allah.
Or they can call us. They can call us at 770-256-8856. 770-256-8856. Thank you again.
And they can call or text, because if he doesn't answer, you can also text and say, my name is such and such. I need information on the marriage retreat.
All right.
All praise to Allah. Beautiful. Thank you again, Brother Minister. Thank you again, Sister Cecelia. Thank you both. Shout out to your family. May Allah continue to bless you all to keep winning. and anything that we can do with family. So y'all can always come back on people's
Thank
podcast.
you.
Shout out to the marriage keepers. May Allah bless you all with this great work that you all are doing. And shout out to Cobb County. Shout out to the whole Cobb County. So may Allah bless you to build that up as well, Bro Minister. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
So, thank you all for watching.